Hello everyone, today we're going to be starting a hardcore Minecraft world, and our goals for today are just going to be to set up a starter house, not anything too ambitious, and we're just gonna chill and let's get into it. Alright, we spawned right next to this snowy mountain, and the first few minutes of this video are going to be really laggy, and for that I apologize, I'm sorry. But we spawned next to this mountain, and we're gonna just go around and chill. And if we just go around and chill, and if we turn around, there's actually a forest on the other side of a river, and that's where we went to go and get this wood that we're getting here. And once the video, see that. Alright, the video's back in now, and we're going to use this crafting table we have to craft a wooden pickaxe. Now, we're not going to craft the rest of the tools in wood just because, stone is, pretty easy to get, so we're just going to make stone tools. Alright, and now we're just going to go back across the river to mine out stone from the mountain, just because I feel like I want to set up over there, and I don't want my quarry to be too far away from my house. Because I know I'm going to be using stone tools for a while, because frankly the caves scare me. And right here we have an igloo, actually. And look, it is one of the ones that has a little tunnel. So we're gonna go down there and see what's what. And we're going down the stairs, yeah. Going down the ladder. And here we are, and there is a villager and a zombie villager. So we're just going to loot the chest quickly and cure the villager. Alright, now that that's done, we're going to get started on our little quarry. We're not going to go into the caves just yet because we're in hardcore, and to be honest, I'm not very good at this game, so we're just gonna, if we mine at all, it's going to be kind of in this style. We're going to keep it in the light, and it's just going to be a quarry, kind of like that. Yeah, but this is going to get us enough cobblestone to get started, and there we go. So now because we have a set of villagers, instead of building a starter house, we're going to kind of build a combo starter house and villager trading hall. But it's not going to be very big, it's going to be very cramped, and we're just going to use that to sort of get started. Alright, and we are going to make the floor out of cobblestone, and that's going to give us a nice foundation, and it's going to be easy to get. Now we're going to make the framing with some oak wood, and that's going to give us a nice shape and hopefully bring out the silhouette a little so that it looks less. Though, to be honest, it's still probably going to look a little bit flat because it is a giant square. I could probably build something a little less flat looking if I tried, but a square works for now. Squares are functional. I can add other stuff to it later to make it look nicer. Actually, that's a good idea for a future episode, is just remodeling this house. Here's my plans for this project. You see these walls I'm putting up with the strip? Divide the room into sections, and each section is going to have 2 professions. That means that there will be space for each of the 13 professions, and we're going to have the librarians have their own section in way back. The building's also going to have a second and third layer. The second is going to be beds for everybody. We're going to be very cramped, like I said before. And the third level is going to be the storage / my crafting space. Now, the player doesn't actually need that much specific space. They mostly just need craft space for all the things that you need to craft stuff. But it's nice to have your own space, even if it's not strictly necessary. So most of the crafting space is going to be in the villager sections, but I'm going to have my own. we're gonna mine out some granite because I kind of want that red brick look, but I am way too lazy to go and actually mine all and smelt all of that clay. So we're just going to use granite. Oh, that gravel almost fell on me. Oh no. And we're just, yeah, as a replacement for bricks. And here we are putting it in. We didn't mine enough on this first pass, so you're gonna see that we're gonna need. Alright, and now I know we already have a quarry. Alright, and now I know we already have a quarry, but we're gonna make ourselves a little staircase mine right here. And I'm gonna come back when we... Alright, I got distracted. Instead of putting in more granite, we're going to finish putting in the roof with cobblestone. And we're also going to make a staircase, because I said this is going to have multiple levels. So us and the villagers are going to need to be able to have a way to get to the multiple levels, and that is going to be this staircase right here. Alright, instead of getting more granite, I've decided to do the framing for the second level. We're almost done with that, so we're just going to add the couple final blocks and then hopefully go and get more granite. Honestly, watching this back is kind of frustrating because I really do switch between things very, very randomly, it seems. Hopefully I'll be able to be more focused as this series goes on, but there's also a distinct possibility that I simply will not be. But, I mean, one way or the other, things are getting done. And we're... Now that that staircase is done, now we can work on the framing for the third level. Now this level is going to be the smallest because I've been steadily decreasing the width layer by layer, but not the length. I think it'll look cool if I do that. So we're just going to finish the frame for the third level, and then we're gonna fill in the... And here we are finally filling in the final wall on the first level. Now, since we've done all the framing, we're really on the home stretch, and we're not going to furnish the house in this episode, but we are going to make spaces for all of the stuff that we need. So, yeah, now that that's finished, now we can get on to the other. Alright, because the outline for level 2 was already done, I was in pretty quickly. And the same goes for level 3. The outline wasn't done, since it was the smallest of the levels, I was able to do it pretty quickly. And yeah. Now the house is done. And thank you for joining me in this video. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Oh, that was so awkward. So, this was a good episode, and I will see you all next time.